So let's take a look here at Jess's split jerk. So let's play it in full motion first. So overall, it's a pretty good lift. The bar pass is pretty vertical. Um, she has good power. She has good punch. Those are all very good things in that lift. Let's take a look. I already looked at it a little bit, so I already know the two key things I want to zero in on. If we look at this, I don't have a super good feel for her feet, but I feel like we may experiment with her feet being a little bit wider in the setup. I feel like being that narrow, she has a tendency to stay really to get even narrower than that or stay that narrow. I would need to see a little bit different view to have the full details, but my feeling is for her to widen out her feet a little bit. That's going to help with the other thing. So if we look at this, when you dip, she comes to there and she travel a little bit forward. I would like to see a little more pressure through that heel middle of the foot and her to, as the knees come forward, the hips have to sink back a little more. So when we look at that, see how the knees right there is good. There she needs to sit back a little bit more, maybe stop the dip there. But we see this extra after here, we see this extra tilt forward, that little movement right there. And that at heavier weights, that little extra movement forward instead of sitting back more, it's causing the bar will cause the bar to be a little bit forward at heavier weights. So that's a little piece, a little more down. Knees come forward slightly, but they go down at the same time. So knees and hips kind of descend in that sync right there. That little bit right there, that's the piece I'm zeroing in on. The other piece, so that piece is we're going to look at her split position. I got a pretty good judge because I can see this line where the mat is. If we look at her feet are very, very close together. This is referred to as tight roping. What we're looking for is we're looking for some distance in this direction here for her feet to be further apart. So I'm looking for this foot to be there and maybe this one to be a little further over because that's going to be very unstable as the weight gets heavy. So let's take a look at her. This weight's still light for her because she's coming back from some shoulder issues, so it looks good here, but we're going to anticipate some issues with heavier weight.